A cleaning lady giving business advice? His executive smirked. One even rolled his eyes. Grant dismissed her concerns immediately. Your job was to clean floors, not analyze companies. The word struck like a slap. The first time anyone noticed Harper Quinn, it was because she was invisible. For nearly 6 years, Harper worked as a night shift cleaner inside the towering headquarters of Sterling Dynamics, a prestigious logistics company based in Chicago. Every evening after thousands of employees went home, she quietly pushed her cleaning cart through marble hallways, polished conference tables, emptied trash bins, and erased the fingerprints left behind by executives who earned more in a week than she earned in a year. Most people never learned her name. And that never bothered Harper. She was a 42-year-old single mother who believed dignity came from effort, not titles. After losing her husband years earlier in a construction accident, she raised her teenage son, Mason, alone. Life was difficult, but Harper carried herself with quiet pride. What nobody inside Sterling Dynamics knew was that Harper possessed an extraordinary gift. Before tragedy struck her family, she had studied accounting and business management. She had once dreamed of becoming a financial analyst. But when her husband died, she dropped out of college to support her family. Dreams became bills. Ambition became survival. Still, she never stopped learning. During her lunch breaks, she read business journals discarded by executives. She listened to finance podcasts while cleaning hallways. Over the years she developed an uncanny understanding of corporate operations. Nobody noticed. And that was about to become a very expensive mistake. At the center of Sterling Dynamics stood its powerful CEO, Grant Holloway. Grant was admired by investors and feared by employees. Tall, charismatic, and relentlessly ambitious, he had transformed Sterling into a billion-dollar company. Business magazines called him a visionary. Those who worked under him called him something else. Cold. Grant believed compassion weakened leadership. People were numbers. Departments were expenses. Loyalty was irrelevant. Only results mattered. As the economy tightened and profits began slipping, Grant launched aggressive cost-cutting measures. Entire departments disappeared overnight. Long-time employees were escorted out carrying cardboard boxes. Fear spread throughout the company. Yet nobody imagined how far Grant was willing to go. One evening, Harper accidentally overheard a conversation while cleaning outside an executive conference room. Several senior executives were discussing suspicious financial reports. Revenue projections didn't match actual performance. Cash reserves were shrinking. Debt obligations were quietly increasing. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Harper wasn't trying to eavesdrop. But what she heard frightened her. The numbers didn't make sense. Sterling Dynamics looked successful from the outside, yet beneath the surface it appeared dangerously unstable. That night she went home and couldn't stop thinking about it. For weeks she observed details others ignored. Boxes of inventory sitting unused. Vendors complaining about delayed payments. Executives whispering behind closed doors. The deeper she looked, the more worried she became. Then came the day everything exploded. Grant announced another round of layoffs. Hundreds gathered inside the main auditorium. Harper was among them. When her name appeared on the giant screen, she felt the room spin. After 6 years of service, she was being terminated. No warning. No discussion. No appreciation. Just a number erased from a spreadsheet. Harper requested a brief meeting with Grant. To everyone's surprise, he agreed. The encounter became legendary. Standing inside his luxurious office overlooking the Chicago skyline, Harper calmly thanked him for the opportunity to work there. Then she did something unexpected. She warned him. She explained that several financial indicators suggested the company was heading toward a serious liquidity crisis. She mentioned inventory inefficiencies, vendor payment delays, unsustainable debt structures. Operational waste. The room fell silent. Grant stared at her in disbelief. Then he laughed. Actually laughed. A cleaning lady giving business advice? His executive smirked. One even rolled his eyes. Grant dismissed her concerns immediately. Your job was to clean floors, not analyze companies. The word struck like a slap. Harper quietly gathered her belongings and left. Humiliated. But not defeated. As she exited the building for the final time, she looked back at the massive headquarters. For reasons she couldn't explain, she had a feeling she'd see it again. Months passed. Then disaster arrived. A global supply chain disruption exposed weaknesses hidden inside Sterling Dynamics. Major contracts vanished. Several lenders demanded immediate repayment. Cash reserves evaporated. The company's stock plunged. Panic erupted. News outlets speculated that Sterling Dynamics could collapse within weeks. Investors demanded answers. Employees feared unemployment. Board members began searching for someone to blame. Grant suddenly found himself fighting for survival. And for the first time in his career, he was losing. Then came the twist nobody expected. One evening, while desperately reviewing reports, Grant discovered a detailed operational analysis submitted anonymously to the board months earlier. The recommendations were brilliant. Every prediction had come true. Every warning had proven accurate. The document outlined a complete recovery strategy capable of saving the company. At the bottom sat a single name. Harper Quinn. Grant froze. The woman he mocked. The cleaner he fired. The employee he never respected. She had seen the disaster coming long before any executive. His stomach dropped. But the biggest shock was yet to come. After leaving Sterling, Harper had accepted a position with a struggling family-owned transportation company. Using the same insights she once tried to share with Sterling, she helped transform the business. Within months, profits surged. Industry experts began noticing. Investors began calling. Competitors began worrying. And Harper's reputation quietly spread throughout the logistics sector. The woman once treated as invisible was becoming one of the most respected operational consultants in the region. Meanwhile, Sterling Dynamics moved closer to bankruptcy. With no options remaining, Grant made the most humbling decision of his life. He drove personally to meet Harper. Not as a CEO. Not as a billionaire. But as a desperate man seeking help. When Harper opened the door, neither spoke for several seconds. The memory of their last conversation hung heavily between them. Grant expected anger. Resentment. Revenge. Instead, Harper listened. That made him feel even worse. For the first time, he fully understood what leadership meant. Not power. Not wealth. Not authority. Humility. Responsibility. Respect. The very qualities he had spent years ignoring. Harper eventually agreed to help, but under one condition. No employee would ever again be treated as invisible. Every worker, regardless of title, would have a voice. Grant reluctantly accepted. What followed became one of the most remarkable corporate turnarounds in modern business history. But the real victory wasn't financial. It was personal. Because the company wasn't saved by executives, investors, or consultants. It was saved by the one person everyone underestimated. The woman pushing a cleaning cart through empty hallways. The woman nobody bothered to know. The woman who saw value where others saw status. And in doing so, taught an unforgettable lesson. Never confuse someone's position with their potential. Because the person standing quietly in the background today may be the very person capable of saving your future tomorrow. If this story has touched you, do well to subscribe, like, comment and share.